Sausage.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of First, the show where I, Marcus Nez, gives you my first impressions on a game. And this here episode is all about Elex II. That is ELEX 2, or double capital I. And this is a sequel to Elex, which I may have played for like 10 minutes at some point, but for all intents and purposes, this is my first time exploring the world and the story and all that of the Elex universe. And I played it for 3 hours. This is an open world game. The description on Steam that the developers themselves gave the game, specifically the first one, but this being a sequel to that, it's of the same ilk. They refer to Elex as a vintage open world role-playing experience. I've never heard that before. I have never heard anyone use the descriptor vintage with any genre. But you know what? It's kind of perfect for this game, because vintage, in this case, would mean old or kind of shitty. And that's exactly what Elex is. It is an open world game that feels like it was stripped from 15, 20 years ago, released now, and that's it. Doesn't look that much better either. I mean, it looks okay, but nowhere near able to compete with similar games, even games that came out 5 years ago, like The Witcher 3 or what have you. And it's just a weird one because it is what it is. A janky European game, in this case, to be more specific, a janky European open world game. And if that tickles your fancy, you'll probably have fun with this. It's from the same developers who brought us the Risen games and the Gothic games, and they just do the same thing over and over and over again. They change the settings, the themes, the aesthetic, and whatnot, but they're basically just making the same game over and over and over again. And I enjoy these games. I am a sucker for open world games and just being able to get lost in a world where I can freely explore and just do what I want, interact with things, discover things. I enjoy the jank of these games because it's amusing, it is memorable in its own way, but there's no denying that these games aren't actually good. They are okay at best. They're usually pretty clunky. This is the case for Elex 2. It is clunky. The combat doesn't feel good. The voice acting's pretty meh. The characters look weird. It can be confusing where they want you to go, what you need to do to complete a mission. You get a little jetpack early on, which is good for preventing any fall damage and allowing your stamina meter to replenish while in battle with a foe, whether it be a velociraptor or an annoying critter. There is literally an enemy, a creature in this game that is just called annoying critter. And it's not something that you learn the name of and then it's by that name after that point. It's just the annoying critter. So a lot of creative writing in this game. And I don't know, I played it for 3 hours. I can't say I had oodles and doodles and moodles of fun with it, but I enjoyed it enough. The real problem, the real hurdle for a game like Elex 2 is that it's not a game you pay full price for. It is a game you get in the clearance bin. You don't pay $50, $60 for it when you can spend that money on so many other games that are much better, that are actually good. And Elex 2 is going to go on sale real fast. And it's going to be super duper cheap at some point, whenever that is. So just like wait. I enjoy me some jank. You enjoy yourself some jank if you're still watching this, most likely. Wait, and you'll probably have a good enough time with this. But until it's on sale, don't. You don't have to worry about them fixing the jank. You're like, I want to experience the jank now before they fix it and iron out all the issues and the bugs. Like people randomly showing up, NPCs disappearing and reappearing and flying in the air. And it's like, oh, I wanted all that in me. That's not going to go anywhere. These games may get some game-breaking bugs and more serious stuff, ironed out, but they're never jank free. Anyway, that will do it for this here episode of First. Once again, I am Marcus Nez. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like Elex II, you can do so over at twitch.tv/PX Sausage. If you'd like to check out the videos I make and you aren't already doing so, you can do that over at youtube.com/Pixelated Sausage. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell first before speaking of the Pixelated Sausage. But speaking of the Pixelated Sausage, you put a little dot and a comma after that. What do you got? You got my website. And if you go there, you will find more garbage like this and the not garbage that is my art. And if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/PXS and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye!
I guess backup isn't...